Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be doing this really soft and subtle look on Abiha Turab and keeping the intro really short and sweet. Let's get started. First, we're going to apply moisturizer, then we're going to wait for 10 minutes, and after that we're going to dab off the excess with the tissue paper. Now I'm using the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Stick in the shade F5 and F10, and I'm going to dot it all over her face like so, and then I'm basically going to start blending this with the beauty blender in tapping motions. I'm not going to drag it, I'm not going to rub it, I'm going to tap and blend it. Now I'm going to take the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in C8.5, and I'm going to apply this underneath her eyes, on the forehead, bridge of her nose. So as you can see, I'm not applying the highlighting concealer directly underneath her eyes, and that's because she has very prominent lower eyelids. So instead what I'm doing is I'm going to apply it underneath the lower eyelid, and then I'm going to blend it upwards towards the eye, and then also in the typical triangular shape, which is downwards and outwards. Once again, you can see I am patting, I am not rubbing or dragging anything on her face. I'm patting and blending, and once I'm done with that, I'm going to take my finger and really push and press the concealer into her skin, and this gives a really nice seamless blend. I'm also taking the same concealer underneath her cheekbone and on her chin, because once I was done, I felt like these areas needed to be highlighted too. Then taking the Makeup Revolution ProConceal kit, I'm going to pick up this shade and I'm going to contour her face with this. I'm basically starting at the top of her ear and dragging it towards the corner of her mouth, but I'm stopping right before the corner of her eye, and then I'm blending it upwards and outwards. For her, she has really pretty features and the perfect oval face, so I really did not want to change anything. I just wanted to follow her actual cheek structure. And then I'm just kind of locating the perimeters of her face and sharpening up that jawline a little bit, just to, like give a more chiseled look. Then with the damp beauty sponge, I'm going to blend to take away any streak marks and to make sure that everything is blended seamlessly. Then I used a setting spray to set her face so that everything is nice and long wearing. Then I'm going to use this Banana Face Powder by Anastasia Beverly Hills to set her whole face with this. I'm not going to bake because she has dry skin, and also because it's winter time, so it's already pretty dry, so I think we'll be fine without baking. Now I'm going to use this Inglot HD Sculpting Powder in 509, and I'm going to basically contour her cheekbones, her jaw, her perimeters of her face. And as I'm applying the powder, each time I pick it up, I tap it off because I want to build it up slowly, and that's the trick with contour. You don't want like a harsh, stark line. You want to build it up very, very slowly. Now moving on to her nose contour, this is where it got a little bit tricky for me, I'm not gonna lie. And we ended up making it work, and I really think the trick with this nose contour situation is to, instead of like drawing one straight line, you want to literally pack on the color. Like, you know how like I'm not drawing a line, you can see that I'm literally just making strokes, tiny strokes on the nose. And then I'm blending it out, and then I'm also going to connect this to her eyebrow. Now, as you can probably tell, that the contour here looks super uneven, but once it was blended, it looked fine. Then with the AB Edge Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Medium Brown, I'm going to fill in her eyebrows because she already has such a lovely brow shape. Now, this step, once we were done, we were a little bit scared because her eye makeup wasn't done and the eyebrows looked super intense. But, once the eye makeup was done, the eyebrows looked really nice. Then with the same concealer, I'm going to prep her eyelids for eyeshadow. If you don't have an eyelid primer, I seriously suggest using this concealer because this is really matte and long wearing. And then once I'm done blending that in, I am going to set with the same ABH banana powder. Picking up the shade Raw Sienna from the ABH palette on a fluffy brush, I'm going to start defining her crease, and because she has hooded / puffy eyes, I'm going to take it a little bit above her natural crease, and I'm running it back and forth as well as in circular motions. And as you can see here, I'm asking her to open her eyes and look at me, and that's because with hooded eyes, makeup looks very different when the eyes are closed versus when they're open. So I'm asking her to look at me after each step so that I know how the makeup looks with the eyes open. Also, I'm going to take a little bit of the shade directly on the hood of her eyes, which is between her eyebrow and outer corner, because that's the area that I want to push back the most. Now I'm applying Primavera from the inner corner all the way to the center of the eye. Then taking Super Somber on a fluffy brush, I'm going to start blending this onto the outer corner. Then I'm going to take Raw Sienna again and apply this on the lower eyelid, and I'm blending this softly under the lash line. Then taking Super Somber again on a flat eyeliner brush, I'm going to apply this very closely to her lash line. I'm applying this all the way on the lash line from the outer corner to the inner corner, and I'm softly running this back and forth so it's nice and diffused but not too blended. And then I'm going to do the same thing on her upper lash line, blending it and making sure that the line isn't too thick. Now taking the e.l.f. Moonlight Pearl Highlighter, I'm going to apply it on her cheekbones, above her eyebrows in a C shape, and also on the tip of her nose and the bridge of her nose and her cupid's bow. Now I'm going to take this shade from the Tarte Blush palette, and I'm going to apply it on the apples of her cheek, and I'm going to blend it upwards and outwards. Also, I'm going to apply the same blush shade a little bit on top of her contour and on her nose to really blend the blush and the contour together and make it look seamless. Now taking the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, Abiha is going to apply it on her eyelashes, and she's applying it on both her lower and her above and her upper eyelashes. Now taking the Essence 05 lip liner, I'm going to start lining her lips. This is really nice nude lip liner, and I'm basically just tracing her, the borders of her lip. I'm not going to overline. Now I'm going to take the Chai Pink lipstick by Luscious Cosmetics, and I'm going to start applying it onto her lips with this kachara brush, as Abiha fondly calls it. Basically means trash brush in Urdu. And that's it for this video. A huge shout out to Abiha for being my model, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys in my next video.